Hi, this is Cynthia from Cynthia's Chair, and today I'm going to show you how to cook meatballs in your pressure cooker or Instapot. I have my pressure cooker sitting here. It's an 8-quart. I'm not promoting any type of brand. This happens to be the one that I purchased last December. And I wanted to make meatballs in it today. So there's a couple of things that I just want to go over with you. First of all, please read your instruction manual that came with your pressure cooker or Instapot. Everyone's going to be a little bit different, and sometimes you have to do a little bit of experimenting. So you just need to be aware of that. A few things that I have ready to go so I can get my meatballs cooking. I have a pot holder, so I'm going to be using that. I also have the pot is inside right now, and I have this tray insert, and that's what I'm going to put my meatballs on. And in the bottom of the pot, I put vegetable broth. I'm using vegetable broth even though I'm making beef meatballs because these are grass-fed beef meatballs. I can't eat regular beef. It just doesn't sit well with me. So instead of putting a beef broth in the bottom, I wanted to use a vegetable broth, and you always have to put some liquid inside. That's how the pressure builds up. So that's a must. Don't ever put anything in your Instapot or pressure cooker without water. So we've already prepared our meatballs, and you make them however you want to. And now what I'm going to do is put the meatballs on the tray, lower it down in here, and start cooking. So it's only going to take about 6 minutes to cook that size of meatball. So let's get started. I have tongs here that I'm just going to use to place the meatballs on my tray. Because they're meatballs, I'm not going to put them right up against one another. I'm going to have them be separated just a little bit, just so they don't, when they cook, they don't stick together. So we'll just do this real quick. If you find that your meatballs are getting too soft, go ahead and throw them in the refrigerator in between as you're making batches. If you just find that they're starting to lose their form. I think I can probably get one more on here. Oh, maybe another one. Okay, so here I have a layer of meatballs, and now I'm just ready to lower them down into my Instapot. And remember that I have vegetable broth in here. I put an entire 2-pound or 32 ounces in because I knew I was going to do several batches. Please read your instructions to see how much liquid you might need to put in, but that's what I did. And now I'm just going to take my meatballs and lower this down in, just like that. The next step is to close the lid. And actually, I'm not going to lock it just yet because my instructions say to plug it in first. As soon as I plugged it in, it beeped, and it's giving me just these dotted lines right here. So I'm ready to do meatballs. I'm going to first lock this into place, and then I'm going to hit my meat stew. And I don't want it to cook for 30 minutes. That's what that is, 30 minutes. So I'm going to hit cook time, and I'm going to reduce it down to 6 minutes. And now it's ready to go. But I have one more thing to do on top. There is a sealing valve up here, and later we'll be releasing it. But I just need to click that seal into place, which I just did. And now I'm ready to start. This moving line is the indicator that pressure is being built up. As soon as that stops, the 6 minutes will come on there and let us know that it's starting to cook. It generally takes 6 to 7 minutes for the pressure to build up in there, and then the cooking time will be 6 minutes. So as soon as these are done, we'll take a look at our cooked meatballs. You just heard it beep, and now it's on 6 minutes. Now it's starting the cooking time. So from this point now, it's just going to take 6 minutes, and I'll show you what we do as soon as that beeps and tells us the 6 minutes are up. Okay, so we have, it's actually less than 1 minute left right now, and as soon as this goes down to 0, it's going to beep, And when it does that, I'm going to unplug it because that's what my manual says to do, and I'm sure yours does as well. So we just have a few more seconds here. And there it has beeped, it's down to 0. So I'm going to unplug it, and you can tell that I unplugged it because everything is turned off. So the first thing that we're going to do, you need to have your pot holder, oven mitt, whatever it is you're going to use. And I'm going to go up here to this valve, and I'm going to rotate it, and there's our steam coming out. And I'm going to let that fully come out. Now there is a valve in here that needs to drop down, and when that drops down, it tells me that the pressure has been released enough that I can open it. This is called the quick release, and this is it's called a float valve in there. And right now it's in an up position, and it's going to drop down. And there it just dropped down. I made a little clicking sound. So now everything has shut down, and I'm ready to open it. I just need to turn this counterclockwise like that, open it up, and there are my meatballs. You can tell that they're cooked. I don't know if you can see that steam coming up, but what you want to do is wait for that to dissipate so that you know that it's cool enough for you to be able to get your hand in there and remove that tray. So I'm just going to give it a little bit. And I'm just going to use my tongs and pull the meatballs out. And there they are. So I just want to show you, this is a fully cooked meatball. So here's our meatball. Cut it open to show you. And there it is. So now we've finished making our meatballs. Later on today, we can have meatball sandwiches or spaghetti and meatballs. Hope you get a chance to try out a recipe of your own. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. And please subscribe to my channel and see what I'm going to show you next.